Hello everyone out there. You are welcome to this unique platform where literature is discussed 24/7. This video is about a non-African play titled An Inspector Calls. An Inspector Calls is written by J.B Priestley. In this video, we are going to discuss the themes of the play. We've earlier discussed the plot summary of the play as well as the complete analysis of the whole play. If you need the link to those discussions, you can just request for it in the message box there, that I send you the link to the previous video on an inspector call. Let's go ahead and discuss the themes. An inspector calls themes. J.B. Priestley's An Inspector Calls delves into several themes that are significant to the subject matter of the play. The messages of the author are conveyed to the readers through the themes. Some of the themes are discussed here. Themes in literature are the route that the author makes use of to send messages to the readers. The first theme there is social class. The plot of the play reflects the social class and the vibes of the period. It also shows the impact on society and individuals. That is, it reflects the social class of the period that the play was written. The villains in the play are of the upper middle class of the society. Their attitudes towards the lower class people show the divide between them. That is, the characters of the villains reflects the disparity between the classes of the period. This is shown in their relationship with Eva Smith. The play expresses how the people of the upper class treat those of the lower class and the effect on the society. The next one is criticism of capitalist ideologies. The play criticizes the ideologies of the capitalists. Profit and business success are prioritized over social responsibility. That is the mindset of the capitalist. That is, they are always after making profit in their business, and they are also after taking care of their immediate family. They don't bother what happens to the others. We see this in Mr. Billing, the way he treats Eva Smith, who symbolizes the ordinary people. The mindset of Mr. Billing and his family is also condemned. Inspector Gould, in his submission, preaches that we should be our brother's keeper. This is against the advice Mr. Billing gives to Eric and Gerald. That is when Mr. Billing was advising Eric and Gerald when he was talking to them. He was only trying to tell them that they should not bother about the other people, but their immediate family. He says that Eva Smith is dead and cannot be assisted again. But there are many Eva Smiths still left with us who need our help. That's the message from Inspector Gould towards the end of the play. Now let's now quote what he said. One Eva Smith has gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Eva Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and fears, their suffering and jars of happiness, all intertwined with our lives, and what we think and say and do, quote unquote. Another one is technological advancement. Technological advancement. The play expresses the incursion of technology to solve some of the problems being encountered in the world. When Billing is advising Eric and Gerald, he says that very soon technology will make war impossible. He says in a year or two there will be airplanes that will be able to go anywhere. Mr. Billing is also optimistic about the future of the world. He says specifically that by 1940 the world will be at peace because nobody wants war. Another theme is dedication. Dedication. We see this in Eva Smith. Eva Smith, despite her treatment in the play by her bosses, is described as a dedicated worker. Mr. Billing describes her as, quote-unquote, a good worker. He says the foreman in Eva Smith's department told him that he was about to promote her to a leading operator. Even at Miwa stores, they said there was nothing wrong, that is quoting what they said about her. There was nothing wrong in the way she was doing her job, quote-unquote. This means that she was dedicated to her job. We also have a theme of conscience and regret. Inspector Gould in this play serves as a catalyst for reflection and change. He makes the Billings reflect on their life, especially their relationship with Eva Smith. He makes them understand the wrongs they did to her and they regret their actions. Sheila even offers to help, but it's too late. She then says she will never do it to anybody again. She also admits that she is responsible for the suicide committed by Eva Smith. Let's quote what she said. It's simply my fault that in the end, she committed suicide. That is Act 2. You can find that in Act 2 of the play. That's also the theme of pretense. Mrs. Billing has pretense as one of her characters. She pretends a lot, trying to hide facts from Inspector Gould. One of such is when she says Eric doesn't used to drink in response to Inspector Gould's question. It takes the intervention of Sheila to call her mother to order that there is no need to pretend now. She, however, admits that Eric is one of the young men who drink a lot. Another instance of Mrs. Billings' pretense is when the inspector shows her Eva Smith's photograph. She pretends that she doesn't know her. It is Sheila again that tells her mother to stop pretending. She says that the way her mother looked, it shows that she recognized her. That is, she recognized Eva Smith from the photograph. We also have anger and the effect of anger as one of the themes. Anger has a lot of influence on some of the major events in this play as related to the life of Eva Smith. She was thrown out of Billings' establishment when she annoyed Mr. Billing because she led a protest for a wage increase. Mrs. Billing was also annoyed about Eva Smith for claiming to be Mrs. Billing when she came for help from the group in which she was a stakeholder. That is where Mrs. Billing was a stakeholder. Out of annoyance, she used her influence and Eva Smith could not benefit from the group. Eva Smith also annoyed Sheila when she went shopping at Miwa stores. She was trying on a dress and she overheard Eva Smith's comments about her. She instantly believed Smith says she was more beautiful than her. The annoyance pushed her to recommend Eva Smith for a sack from the store. She even threatened that if it was not carried out immediately, her mother would withdraw her account with the store. Every action has its consequences. Had it been Mr. Billing didn't sack Eva Smith from Billings' establishment, she wouldn't have found herself in Miwa store where she was also sacked. She wouldn't have run to Mrs. Billings' group for help where she was denied. All these contribute to her decision to snub life out of herself. We also have frustration as one of the themes. Here we see Eva Smith as a frustrated character. Eva Smith is a frustrated character in the play, and that is why she committed suicide. After being sacked from Billings' establishment and Miwa stores, she found herself in the hands of Gerard and Eric, who she later dropped. She was pregnant for Eric, and she ran to Mrs. Billings' committee for assistance, where she was turned down. She believed that the committee she ran to for assistance was her last hope after being turned out and turned down, quote unquote. She felt frustrated and then decided to commit suicide. That's what the theme of immorality. Eric is an embodiment of immorality. That's immorality. It's an embodiment of immorality in the play. He's denied, he's identified as a drunkard, and her parents know about it. Eric is a drunkard and is well known to the family. That is why Sheila tells her mother not to pretend. The mother was trying to hide this from Inspector Gould. It is Sheila that warns her mother that she should not pretend and hide the truth. The latter tries to hide it from Inspector Gould that Eric drinks heavily. Sheila then tells her mother that is no time to hide from the truth. Eric also contributes to Eva Smith's travails through the immoral relationship he had with her. He impregnated Eva Smith, and because she couldn't get help to take care of herself and the baby when born, she decided to kill herself. Eric stole money he was given to Eva Smith. That is another immorality. He confessed that he stole £50 from his father's office without anybody knowing. So those are the themes identified from the play and Inspector Calls. If you are new on this channel, please try and click the subscribe button so that you'll be part of this educative journey. And you are free to share any of our videos on any social media platform. You can share any of the videos. You can invite your friends to join us. And if you have any question on this play or any other video we have discussed here, just send it to the message box and the question will be answered. Thank you and God bless.